I did hear about that.
I've heard about it, but it seems very odd that he'll take on running this entire college program when he's going to be taking over the head coach job at the Cowboys.
It's strange, isn't it, how they're throwing little, like, trying to throw people off the track here. Love it.
Yeah.
He's only done it because he like, there's loads of, like, 20-year-olds at college, isn't there?
Yeah, but they're not. They tend not to be the women in the American football team.
Well, yeah, but the women come to watch, don't they? And you can just hide up to them. It's
not even a head coaching thing, though, is it? It's he gets to run the entire program.
Yeah, that's good. That's somebody there. UNC, of course, a really good team because they've got Sam Howell came from there. Who was the other one? Was it Bo Nix came from UNC?
I'm not sure, but the fact you started with Sam Howell, you went, they must be good. First name, Sam Howell.
Hold on, I can get it.
You're going to check their alumni and see who
Draye Make it was, Draye Make. Draye Make. You know Draye Make. Yeah.
I think we've got this week's title really early.
Hold on, your guy as well, Mitchell Trubisky was from.
But hey, he's fucking to do with us. He's Bears and he knows he is.
Review of last week's games.
Last week's games, because obviously week 14 is complete. Started last Thursday. Oh yeah, so all the games have been played. It started on Thursday. Packers at Lions. Was this like the highest quality game this season? It was really good, wasn't it? It was two really good teams. And one of them was like missing half their team, and they were still really good.
I like the Bills Rams game not last night, 2 days ago, because we're filming this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So up until that Buffalo game, then yes, I think this was
the Buffalo game. I think was a bit more of just gunslinging, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas this one just felt like it was like higher quality. There was good defense on show as well, even though it was 31-34. There was still plenty of good defensive plays where there weren't any in the Bills Rams game, which made it fun. But
brave call to go for that fourth down at the end.
I don't think it was. I think I saw people were slagging him off for it. It makes complete sense because their defense by that point, the Lions patched up defense by that point. They're letting the Packers are marching down the field every possession against them. So the one way to stop them having the ball again was to go for it on fourth down. And they've got a great record on fourth down. They had 4 out of 5 on fourth down at that point. I don't think it was a stupid or even that risky decision to go for it on 4th and 1. It nearly turned out that way because he fell on his ass. But in terms of the call, absolutely the right call to make.
It's one of those, though, you get it right and you're a genius, and you get it wrong, you look like a right tit.
No, I'm waiting for G's favourite word to come up any minute now.
Asbestos.
Oh, it begins with A.
Anal zone.
And it begins with anal.
Analysis.
Analytics. Yeah, there it is. Analytics.
It was two really good teams. We had concerns over Detroit's and their defensive sort of injuries, and I think that was on show a little bit, but it was just one of those sort of ding-dong battles, wasn't it?
Second half, especially. But I thought once the Packers started, finding a bit of rhythm on offense and stuff like that, they were finding it very easy to get down the field. If this game had lasted another couple of minutes, I reckon they'd have won it. If they could have got the ball once more, I think the Packers would have won this. But that's why Dan Campbell's balls are huge, and he deserves his huge balls because that was a great call and fair play to him.
Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Let's move on.
Yeah. This was awful.
Cost 9 quid this on the bet.
Yeah. Go from one absolute belting game to this turgid shite.
Yeah.
I reckon that's the way it goes, though, isn't it? If you get a good game, another game's got to pay for it.
Can I just, if I want to talk on one play, I'm going to talk on one play. This was a third down on the last drive for the Titans, and it was third down and maybe 6, and the quarterback steps back and hits Stephen Ridley, who was wide open, and he just ran out of bounds 3 yards short of the first down.
I didn't see that.
And
But it was a touchdown.
No, it was for the first down on third down.
Right.
Then he missed on the fourth down. It would have gone to goal. It would have gone. But then he looked back. He looked at the chain. Looked back at the quarterback, and it's not my fault. He just ran straight out of bounds. He was trying to stop the clock.
Pressure or anything.
Yeah, no one near him. He just stopped. He tried to stop the clock. Understood that. Understand how he was doing that. But look at the first down.
Anything weird to say about the Jags Titans then? Because
awful.
2 poor quarterbacks.
It was awful. Absolutely awful game.
Let's talk about the Jets managing to fucking blow a game against the Dolphins.
Yep.
It was in the bag, really, wasn't it? Well,
it was in the bag, yeah. Fair play to Tua if you do one of those, get into a position for a field goal and you've only got a few seconds to work with. But more than that, it goes to the kick returner, doesn't it? Got like 40 yards on the return and gave them a chance.
Oh, as Scott Hansen said on mid-zone, I don't know who it is yet. We're just checking on his name. And about 10 seconds later, thankfully, give it us. Well, I think he pointed to his headset, his earpiece, like listening to someone else telling him. He didn't have a clue what that was.
He was waiting for Jeff Stelling to tell him.
He was waiting for, what's his name? Chris Kamara on sideline.
Kamara would have been great in the NFL. The Jets, up to a point, played really well. Generally, they played pretty well.
Even Rodgers were all right.
Up until
he was 300 yards. Yeah.
5 minutes. First time this season, isn't it?
First time in about 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
But I think the injury to Breece Hall meant they had to go a bit more in the air. And I reckon Rodgers went, about fucking time. Here we go.
To be fair, though, without Hall, they still had a relatively decent running game. Is it Braylon Allen? Brady Allen?
43 yards.
And Davis as well, though,
Davis, that's it, yeah. So it was noticeable that they utilised them a lot, which then makes me think Breece Hall vaunted as a massive prospect at the beginning of the season. Is he a bit of a busted flush? I don't know.
No, what's he had? 2-3 good games this season.
I thought he was on his way back. To be fair, before this injury.
Yeah, that overtime drive from the Dolphins was really good. I thought. Yeah. Just so I go, right, that worked. I'll do it again. That worked. I'll do it again. All the way down the field.
Well, especially like Jonnu Smith, the tight end, hadn't seen a catch in normal time.
Yeah.
I think it was
three in a row.
Then 3 in a row. Like you said, I think they even did the same play back. It
was the same play twice. The final one was slightly different because he ran a slightly different route, but the first 2 were pretty much identical. That's fine.
Sam Darnold back to Jets next season or
what? Why would he want to do that?
Well, he wants to stay in Minnesota.
I know, but his stock's pretty high. Why would he want to ruin it by going back to the Jets? Who pretty much said they didn't want him?
Well, ask Edgy. He's jumping ship over there. I've just said that Edgy's interested.
I know Edgy's already given up on the Jets. He's only been a Jets fan for 2 weeks.
I might still be a Jets fan if it
we don't know yet.
You won't be. What you'll be is whatever they've got the most of in stock. So it's going to be a team they ordered too much stuff for. So it's going to be fucking Dallas.
My
Jags.
My prediction is it's going to be the Cleveland Browns because who gets excited over the Cleveland Browns?
They got the most entertaining quarterback in the league.
Well, yes,
that's true.
But if that's what comes out, then so be it. But I'm dreading it being a Dallas shirt. I really am.
Oh my God! Imagine.
That'd make Brian your best friend.
Yeah.
You have to go on holiday together, go camping together. Talking of teams kind of throwing it away, Falcons. It was 21-all at the Vikings with about 8 minutes left.
They beat themselves, didn't they?
42-21 to the Vikings in the end.
Can we just say Kirk Cousins, they were about benching him, weren't they?
Well, I think they still might.
They're stuck with him for at least another 2 seasons.
Oh, they are, but they've got to... Who did he get? Was it Penix? Sorry, Junior?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd expect him to start some games before end of season.
Well, they're still in with a shout, aren't they? They're not out of it yet.
Yeah, no, but Kirk Cousins being Kirk Cousins again.
For the Falcons and Bucks though, that division's just fucking weird. Even the Bucks struggled for a bit this week.
Yeah, they did. They were struggling. You're right.
It's such a fucking. But yeah, so Kirko won't get benched this season because they're in a position where they could amazingly still be in the playoffs. The Bengals, probably the most exciting offense. They're out.
Yes.
Even after beating Dallas last night.
I know, yeah. After the hammering they gave to Dallas, which is a game that has definitely already taken place.
Absolutely.
They were never in it, were they? Never in it.
I don't even know why Dallas bothered turning up.
No, I mean, it was such one-sided game. I don't think we should bother talking about it.
No, well, we'll see how much time we've got left when we get to that, but I think it's so obvious and everyone would be aware of it, so I don't know if we need to cover it too much in the anal zone. Vikings are good, aren't they? They're so much better than any of us thought they were going to be.
Is anyone still like me, still waiting for the Sam Darnold train to...
it's going to be the playoffs.
Right.
It's going to be the playoffs, isn't it? It's going to be the first playoff game. They're going to be I'm trying to think who they'll be playing at. It'll be one of the poor NFC divisional winners. So it could be the Bucks or something like that. So let's say Vikings are the top wildcard seed. They'll play away at Tampa in the wildcard game, and they'll fuck it up.
No, could it Seahawks or Rams or Cards or 49ers?
No, I think I haven't got a clue what's happening in that division yet, though. So
they don't. You're right. They have no idea.
All four of those teams are still in with a shout of winning it.
So come on, then. Where's Darnold going to go at end of season?
Is there any scenario that he does leave? Or...
Yeah, he's a free agent. Is
there any scenario where he stays?
Yeah, that's probably the better question because
no.
Like you said,
you move on.
I think they could try and get him maybe to stay for 3 years or something like that. Because without him, they've only got McCarthy, a rookie who's coming back from an injury. That's a dodgy position to be in, and they'd have no choice but to play him from. As their starter.
If I'm Sam Darnold, after having this season that they've had, which, let's face it, has astounded probably even most of the Vikings fans. What is it?
It'll surprise him.
Are they 10-3 or 11-2? 11-2.
11-2, I think.
I mean that's incredible, and he's not the most prestigious quarterback in the league, so he could go somewhere else and just resort back to what everybody thinks he is.
Yeah.
Which for me tells him he's in the right setup here. You'd be mad to leave that.
Yes. Up to the Saints at the Giants. I'm calling this the worst game of last week. It may well be the worst game I've seen all season.
I mean, as excuses go, the Giants don't have one because they're shit. And New Orleans never really recovered from their injuries, did they really?
And they got another one. Carr's out.
Yeah, so Taysom Hill being out and now Derek Carr. So
hang on a second. Daz was about to make his car joke then.
Oh, go on.
Well, it's finally crashed. It come down, didn't it, with a bang?
Ba-dum.
Oh, well, we stop making your drum noise over Dazzler's joke. We'll do it any second now.
But it was a bad one. As soon as he landed on his face mask on his arm, you knew it was going to be a bad one.
Yeah.
You took out Michael Antonio.
At his age, it's will he come back from it?
Will he come back? Who's that?
Will he come back? Yeah, they had to bring in their backup QB, who's Willie Comeback. Willie Comeback Jr.
The third.
Has there been an actual injury designation for Carr? Do we know how long he's out for?
There will be. I think he's
out for the season.
Yeah, his arm.
It's not his throwing arm, though, is it? So is there any scenario in which...
No, but I heard it's his wanking arm, so... he might be out for a while.
8 straight losses for the Giants. Anyone surprised?
No.
No, I'm surprised it isn't more than that. All right, so I've got nothing more to say about Saints.
I didn't want to say anything
I
anyway.
didn't have anything anyway, no.
No.
Fair enough. Good points all round, well made. Panthers 16, Eagles 22.
This was a good game, wasn't it?
It was.
It wasn't.
It was a good finish.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game, but it was a close game, which no one expected.
No, I think the Eagles didn't expect it to be a close game either.
No, they didn't.
Given all the pre-match sort of preamble was about Carolina not dealing with their rushing game, I think it took a long time for that to be established. Because I think Barkley at half time, he'd done barely nothing. Obviously, he still finished with 1,000 yards, but
yeah. Well, that's it. I remember thinking during that game that Barkley hasn't done much, and he didn't by his standards. He got 120 something yards.
Is that all?
Yeah, and that's him not doing much this season. So.
Can I just add as well, Adam Thielen, he might be 73 years old, but he still keeps coming up with catches.
Yeah.
Throw into him, he's going to keep catching them.
He's becoming their go-to guy on the big play, isn't he? But not all the big plays, because you did see who else got a big-time reception in that game.
Well, they were going for Xavier LG, weren't they?
Yeah, but there was also a rather good performance by the tight end of the Panthers. Made a big reception.
For a touchdown?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Tremble.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was early on, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, one reception, one touchdown, Tommy Tremble.
I saw him on sideline and he was actually proper upset, like crying that he got beat. I don't know if he's seen that unless someone had just stood on his toes.
I think if you're Bryce Young as well, I'm pleased that he's been able to have this sort of comeback because he didn't look out of place there.
Also, this run of form for him has been against teams with the best records in the NFL.
Yeah,
he played well against the Chiefs. He played well against the Eagles. Whoever the couple of games he won before that as well, he played well.
Just looking at time of possession as well in this game, Panthers got more time for possession by 6-7 minutes. They had more total yards. They had more passing yards. Only 83 passing yards for the Eagles. They got outrushed by the Eagles, but they had more first downs than the Eagles. They sacked Hurts 4 times, and they had 69 plays to the Eagles' 56. So it was as close as it looked on the Royal Run look at the end.
Yeah, definite shot in the arm for him. But I don't think there's any doubts now he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to be the
quarterback next year.
Yeah, correct.
And also, they're going to get a top pick that they can use more wisely.
Hopefully.
But will they?
Hopefully. But I think that'll do Eagles a world of good as well. They come into this game, I think they just absolutely smash the Panthers. Now they know they can't just be that easy and they've got to take every game seriously.
I reckon it's going to put the shits right up the Eagles, and whoever plays them next will have a fucking great day against them.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, the wheels
not like
coming
to
off.
be playing Philadelphia next week.
No.
Definitely not if they're at home as well.
I reckon the Panthers just showed them up as being very limited. And
we'll see,
a team with a MVP candidate quarterback can go in there and put up some serious yards.
MVP, you mean at their own club, not in the league, surely?
Sorry, I meant OAP. That's
right, that's better. Yeah.
Talking of which, Browns 14, Steelers 27. I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah, that would be.
Win. Takes us up to 10 wins for the season. Probably enough for the playoffs if we stop now.
Yeah, first quarter weren't special, but after that.
No, we've been slow starters all season though. It's what we do is we're still conceding on their first drive. And then not giving up any more points until garbage time, which we've done in loads of games this season. I think that there's been 2 games this year where we've conceded points in the third quarter. Okay?
I'll tell you what I'd like to see at Washington next season. If we can get Judge Judy from the Browns.
Jezza?
Yeah. I don't mind getting him. We need a wide
I
receiver.
reckon if Jameis Winston stays at the Browns, I reckon Jerry Jeudy's going to be more than happy to stay there. He's putting up some huge numbers since Winston came in. Yeah, so we've had no George Pickens this week either. So we're able to spread it around to some of our other receivers. Very much a case of, oh yeah, I forgot he was there for some of them. But yeah, we haven't had that many comfortable games this year. This one just felt weird, like being comfortably ahead with like 20 minutes to go.
Especially when it's a divisional game as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite good. But
so not only have you got a good record in the league, but you're
3-1 in
3-1
division.
I ask this every week.
We've lost to 3 teams this year, and they're all shit. We've lost to the Browns, Cowboys, and Colts.
Yeah.
2 of them we threw away in the last fucking minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite a weird season we're having. I'll take it.
Come on, next season's quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers is...
Don't know yet. I reckon
Aaron
Tomlin
Rodgers
doesn't know yet. I reckon if Wilson wins a playoff game, they might look at trying to get him on a restructured deal. If they don't do that, I don't think he's been great. He had that great game last week, statistically, but overall his performances have been kind of, I don't know, mid-tier at best.
Brian says all winnable games those for the Steelers, except the Cowboys, of course. Cowboys own Heinz Field. Like to comment on that?
This is where Daz corrects him, because it's not called Heinz Field anymore.
No, it's called the Revitalised.
It's called the Finder's Crispy Pancake Stadium, and you know it.
Could do a Finder's Crispy Pancake.
Don't. They're really small.
Are they?
I
just remember them being bigger because I always had them when I was little.
They're tiny. I don't know if I've grown since being a small child. Seems unlikely. But I'm pretty sure they are half the size of what they were.
What? Sorry, Edgy, what did you say?
I can't remember now.
Edgy wasn't even listening to himself.
Yeah. I think I was still Googling how Finder's Crispy Pancakes are made smaller.
How big are Finder's Crispy Pancakes?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to... And all I can find out is it's 230 gram pack.
That's no help.
No, no.
I want circumference.
I can't believe they still make them.
Apparently, they were phased out in November 2001 and finally discontinued in 2002. They have made a re-emergence since 2019 under the Bird's Eye branding after public outcry.
Oh.
The fuck's that?
There was public outcry, so 17 years later they brought them back.
Not much of an outcry.
The new look, breadcrumb-coated stuffed pancakes.
New look, yeah.
Are 20% bigger and have up to 45% more filling.
No
way.
It's from the sun, so, take it with a pinch of salt.
Not to say Daily Sports.
No, I've seen them. They are tiny.
What's in them now? They used to be beef, didn't they? Then chicken and mushroom, were it? No, chicken and ham or something like that.
They no longer do the minced beef ones. Cheese, tomato, chicken and mushroom.
Dog cum and sponge was one of them.
Yeah.
But they're tiny. Whoever says they're bigger than they used to be is a dirty fibber.
Well, it's the sun, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm totally going to get some tomorrow. In my fedora.
Have an entire retro meal.
Yeah.
So what you're going to have is Finder's Crispy Pancakes,
Angel Delight for
Bird's Eye Potato Waffles,
Blancmange,
Alphabet Spaghetti, and Angel Delight.
Start with the prawn cocktail.
What was the other one? There was Angel Delight. What was the instant whip?
Walls Viennetta. You don't see that anymore now, do you?
What did you like best, though? Instant whip or Angel Delight?
Angel Delight.
I don't remember Instant Whip. Maybe that's before my time.
Isn't that like
Angel Delight I remember, but was it butterscotch flavour that tasted of sick?
I think you could probably say that.
That was all of them. Yeah.
Look, the weird thing is that used to appear on the packet. This tastes like sick. It used to say on it. That was the best thing I could find to put a quote on the front.
Where do you see Steelers, Greggles, anyway, realistically?
Playoffs and then losing the first game.
That's the norm. It depends. Well, we've got 2 games on the Ravens at the moment. Obviously, we've got to play them again. Other games are Bengals, who can put 40 points up against you regardless. They put up 63 last night when they played.
I know. Yeah.
The other 2 games are the Eagles and Chiefs. There's every chance we don't win another game this season. Equally, there's a chance that we beat the Ravens again and we beat the Bengals again. I don't know. I'm already pleased with the 10-win season, to be honest.
Yeah, got to be. You'd have taken that start of season.
If you don't win another game, are you going to be in the playoffs?
Yeah. Buccaneers are currently top of their division and head into the playoffs. They did enough in the end to beat the Raiders, who are still dreadful, but Brock Bowers still looks great whenever they chuck him the ball.
Did he break a record, Brock Bowers?
Yes, it's the most receptions by a rookie tight end ever.
Since last year.
Well, no, the record was broken last year.
Yeah.
He broke the record that was broken last year.
Yeah.
Ironically, it wasn't even his best game.
The previous record was 30 years old or something like that. So it's been there a while. So Laporta beat it and then Brock Bowers beat it.
Tampa Bay obviously had that sort of spell where they couldn't buy a win, and these last 2 games I think have come right at the right time for them, just to sort of steady the ship and get back.
Baker's looking a little bit shaky. He's actually no, I'm not going to make that joke. Yeah. So he's kind of looking a little bit erratic at the worst times in these games, giving up the ball quite easily against a better team than the Raiders.
Potentially.
They probably concede another, 2-3 scores in that game just off the short fields he gives up. So, all right, do that. If you're going to do that, do it against the Raiders. But I'd be concerned going into the playoffs with him playing not as well as he was early in the season.
I'd be amazed if he gets sort of anywhere near the same sort of stats as he's got. Last 2 games were Vegas and Carolina, and they've got the Chargers next.
A game which could well have decided a division. Seahawks 30, Cardinals 18. Cardinals haven't really got going the last couple of weeks.
Lost 3 in a row now.
Another one of those games.
I said a couple of weeks ago, when we all said that they were one of those unpredictable teams, Edgy said they were going to win the next game on the grounds that they'd lost the previous 2. Whereas my thoughts were that they'd won the previous 4, now they're going to lose 4. And they've now lost 3 in a row, so they're definitely going to lose next week.
Yeah, it was another one of those games where he came out first drive, blinding sort of 80 yards or so in about 5 minutes, and he thought, yes, he's back to normal. And then proceeded to throw 2 of the worst picks I've ever seen.
And Seahawks looked old Mr. Chardonnay as well had a good game, because obviously without
Walker,
the Cardinals may well have assumed they were going to go pass heavy based with no Walker there, but Chardonnay was very good.
Your guy, can I just say, just going back into the game very quickly, McBride.
Dazzla bringing us back on top.
What's happened?
Bringing it all back to you. But McBride again, easily targeted the most now for the Cardinals. 14 targets. He caught half of them for 70 yards, no touchdown.
First, I think he hit the first 4. Well, he was 0 for 4 on the first ones. But I don't think there was any drops. I think there was some wayward passing from Kyler. Seahawks have been odd this season. They started well, they dipped, and now they seem to have come good again. Whether they can keep this going for the rest of the season or not, I don't know. But they're definitely in pole position at the moment. But I think every team in that division has got either 2 or 3 divisional games left. Oh, another team in that division, the Rams. They won a shootout against the Bills, 44-42. This was a ludicrous game. Very entertaining to watch, though.
And to be fair, Bills got half the points at fourth quarter.
It's another one of those games, I think if this game was 2 minutes longer, I think the Bills would have won.
Probably, yeah. Whoever owned it last was going to win it.
Yeah, it was. You could kind of see the Rams' defense just getting more and more knackered as that game went on. Bills, it's shit for them to lose. It probably almost certainly means that they're not going to be the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But they've clinched their division, and they've got no worries about their offense still going forward. They're not going to have to face too many Nakuas this season, who was absurdly good in this game.
Yeah, he was. Everything just was like a magnet went to him in Cup. Yeah,
it's just the Rams have always had the possibility of their offense just catching fire one game, and it happened on the over the weekend. There was 2 days ago.
Josh Allen, he played as good as Josh Allen can, really.
Yeah, did his best. I don't think
3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. It's, like I said, at the start of the season, Josh Allen for me was one of the MVPs.
You did say that, yeah.
Bills was such a strong favourite.
Weirdly, in that first one we recorded, when you said how good you thought Josh Allen was, the audio kind of played up a bit, and it sounds like you thought he was going to struggle this year, but obviously not.
Oh, no, I don't know where you got that from.
Just a good game, too. I don't think really that you could say there was much wrong from either team.
Apart from defence.
Well, yes, but sometimes it's just that the offence is just so good that, you know, the defence couldn't keep up. Bills have got a good defence. So, you know, it was just one of those games.
What the Bills have done a lot this year, and I've noticed it in some other games that they've won, is they started quite slowly and then they've pushed on from after half time. The problem in this game is that they went 17 points down
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough time to get back into it. But that might be a kick up the arse for them to
I agree.
Actually start a bit faster because they dug their own hole there. Yeah, I just think they were sloppy at the start, and that made the difference in the end. But I'd still think of the Bills as possibly the best team in the AFC. I think, apart from the Steelers, obviously, who've now got the same number of wins as the Bills.
That doesn't sound right.
It does seem like there should be a huge gap between them, but. As it stands, we've got both 10-win teams. So, Bears at 49ers. What did I say about the 49ers last week? I'm giving up on the 49ers ever having anyone stay fit for an entire game, and I predicted the Bears would win this. I don't know why I did that. 38-13, the 49ers won it. They're by far their most impressive and most dominant performance of the season.
Were they 28-0 up at one point, or was it 21-0? Certainly 21.
It was. They were 3 scores up very early. It was similar to Washington the week before.
Yeah,
they just blew the other team away so early.
Yeah, 24-zip at half time.
The thing is, the Bears are so bad. Even the curse of the 49ers didn't stop them hammering the Bears this week. So that's the thing.
Sharing the Old Prawn Ring there.
What?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was out then.
We can arrange it.
The Old Prawn Ring. I'll gather around the campfire and sing the song about the Old Prawn Ring.
George Kittle, great game.
Oh, he's so good, isn't he? Absolute belter.
Yeah, he's such a good tight. He only does everything. He blocks. He
I
runs.
think he'd be happier if he just blocked all the time. He just fucking loves it, doesn't he?
He genuinely loves every aspect of the game.
Chargers 17, Chiefs 19.
Oh.
Last second field goal. Hit the
Again,
post
it's the fucking script, isn't it? It is the absolute script.
Unbelievable.
I just laughed when I watched that because I went, yeah, of course that's how they won this game.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with my prediction though. First playoff game, they will come unstuck. They can't keep riding this.
No, they can't.
They can.
Snap.
You can, for sure.
The issue with the Chiefs, though, is that they can't keep replicating the situations that they're getting wins from. These are all one-score games. They're all involving a single play that goes their way.
To be fair, you've been saying exactly the same thing for about the last 8 weeks, and it's still happening.
Yeah, and I said that in the playoffs, they're going to come unstuck in the first game. And I am going to stay with that. Doesn't matter, they're going to end the regular season like 16-1 or something like that. And they will... Who's it going to be? It's going to be the Broncos. They're going to lose to the Broncos in playoffs.
Go on, Bo Nix.
Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette.
Okay, it does mean now that we can actually talk about the Colander and his fellow rookies. I haven't actually done the calculations, but I think Peyton Wilson can't actually lose. The worst that can happen is that there's a tie. I think I'd need to win for the rest of the season to force a tie. And looking at this week's figures, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, it's not. We'll
start with Chop.
We'll start with Chop.
Start with Chop. So, again, it doesn't take into account pressures. So all we can go is by the stats that it does give, which was a tackle. He's consistent. He does a tackle. No sacks, no forced fumbles, no interceptions. So Chop is consistent. I'll give him that.
He really is. Let's go for Ricky Van Pearsall.
Well, obviously a lot better conditions than the Buffalo match where he didn't catch anything. So when you see the score of the 49ers match, you think, God, we've got something on.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. 2 touchdowns by any chance?
No, two attempts.
Yeah.
And he caught one of them, so it was his first catch in 4 weeks. And he got a grand total 5 yards.
Oh, but what must have been a glorious 5 yards, though.
Oh, it was beautiful. I think he got him from second to third down.
I was reading on Steve Young's Twitter saying it's the best 5-yard catch he's ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he'd block you.
Someone else showed me.
Fair enough. Have you had to create a new account?
He had to.
Not Dazzla. Something else about Ricky Pearsall, though. He committed a holding penalty, which wiped off a touchdown for the 49ers. So, on one hand, 1 reception, 5 yards. On the other, he caused 6 points to be taken off.
It's all about getting your name out there.
Is this the first negative score of the whole season?
As opposed to being shot.
Yeah, he didn't get shot during the game, though.
Well, you might as well have done.
And also, there isn't a stat for being shot.
So, shall we get to this week's winner?
I haven't even looked yet, but I'm pretty sure.
Mason Wilson, 4 tackles. Not only just 4 tackles, all 4 were solo tackles and 1 tackle for a loss.
No sacks, though.
No sacks, but that was on paper better than Teague Watt, who had the same total tackles, but only 2 solo tackles and 1 tackle for a loss.
And he's an MVP candidate, isn't he?
No, they won't be his defence.
No. I don't pay attention to the defence.
No care about defence. Well, yeah, so Peyton, is it called Peyton or Patrick? Peyton, is it? Peyton Wilson. 4
You
tackles.
got it right for the last 2 years. Don't regress back to getting his name wrong.
Payton, isn't it?
It is Payton.
Yeah, Payton. Yeah, so Payton wins with 4 total tackles,
Week
4 solo.
14.
Yeah. Payton Wilson.
Next week's predictions.
Week 15 predictions.
Ooh.
This is really getting into the business end now. I think all of the bye weeks are done. So everyone is going to be playing the last 4 weeks. So there's plenty points up for grabs. As it stands at the moment, Daz is back in the lead. He's 1 ahead.
1 ahead, yeah.
Edgy is 8 behind. So Daz gets to go first.
Back to me, isn't it? Rams at 49ers. 49ers are at home, but I don't think that means anything this season. Don't have really a good running back. Rams put big points last week. Got a good result last week. I think Rams take this.
I think the Rams won't do that kind of performance on offense 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go for the 49ers. But I've written off the 49ers, haven't I? I said last week that I'm writing off the 49ers, and then they go and win. So does that mean I can unwrite off the 49ers?
I don't know.
Officially, I'm not sure.
Fuck it, I'm going 49ers.
I am going to go for the Rams. Both teams have sort of good wins this week. Rams, although they're probably not going to score another 44 points, but I think their win was against better opposition. So that for me seals it. So Rams, please, Jeff.
Next game, we've got Cowboys at Panthers. Now, Panthers are playing not bad football at the moment. They'd only need to play it off as decent to smash the Cowboys, especially the Cowboys after that horrific loss to the Bengals. Any crowd they had been gone now, so obviously Panthers for me.
I think the Panthers will win this by 30 points.
I'll also go for Carolina. Dallas looked abject last night. You know,
It was like they'd given up last night, wasn't it? It's like
I think they had.
pathetic. It's so unprofessional.
After going behind after 36 seconds, and you know, just shit.
And they've used it for all their timeouts by then as well.
I know, yeah.
You have to question the fucking head coach on that one.
But saying that, I'm glad you brought the coach up because Jerry Jones thinking about offering him another 3-year contract.
I heard 4.
4.
Yeah.
Chiefs at the Browns. Browns are cooked, aren't they? So it's got to be Chiefs for me.
And as much as I'd like the Jameis to put on a show, the Chiefs will win this by 3 points.
I think if there's a possibility of any of the Chiefs game going above 1 score, this is probably it. I think because it's the scripts, Kansas are going to win. But I think it could potentially be a high-scoring one.
This is an interesting one. Dolphins at Texans. Dolphins are free scoring, as we know. Texans are a bit iffy with CJ McStroud.
Very McStroud.
Yeah, very. So I'm going to go for Dolphins on this because I think they'll win more than they'll lose from now on.
Dolphins' record against teams with decent records, I don't think is very good. Texans haven't been great, but it's not going to be cold, so the Dolphins won't have any worries there. But I still think the Texans will have too much for them, and they will win and knock the Dolphins out of the playoff race.
The Dolphins, I think. The last couple of games I've seen the Texans play, Stroud has looked as though he's taken a massive step back from.
So we could be looking at the Jets at Jaguars. For me, Jets, surely Jags can't win 2 in a row.
The Jets blew it against the Dolphins. They could blow it against the Jags. But this is going to be a terrible game. I'll go for the Jets, but it'll be a terrible game.
And I think Edge is putting the Texans. One of his favourite teams.
The Texans? No, I've already said I'm going for Miami.
No, that was in the Texans game. This is the Texans in the Jets-Jags game.
Right, sorry, I lose track of all these.
The tag teaming with the rusty prawn ring.
If in doubt, go for the Texans.
Yeah. It's got to be the Jets. Like you said, Greggles, they should have won last week and managed to contrive a loss from it, but I don't think Jacksonville are good enough to capitalise, even if that's the case. So Rodgers to build on that performance that he almost won with.
Although when you say it has to be the Jets, it really doesn't have to be the Jets.
No.
One thing we've learned.
True.
Right, next game, the mighty Washington Commanders, and they'll be going all the way down the coast
Going now.
New Orleans Saints, playing in the, I think they're playing the Spunk Ball Arena.
Isn't it the Mercedes Spunk Bowl?
I think you're right. So I'm going to go for this one. Obviously, I'm going to go Commanders, just basically because we're probably one of the best teams in the NFL.
The fact you've already put the Commanders in suggests from my answer before I've said it. Makes me want to say the Saints, but
I think
I did that.
It'll be the Commanders.
Edgy.
Yeah, Washington, obviously.
Yeah, Ravens at Giants. This is a tough one.
Ravens.
Right.
Ravens for me.
Yeah, Bengals at Titans. For me, Bengals will just outscore the Titans.
Wow.
I don't think the Bengals will score as many as they did in last night's game, but
no, I don't either.
I can still see them getting maybe like 20 less.
Too many.
They'll get like 40 against the Titans.
Yeah, it's still too many.
So
Bengals
you both
for
going
you?
for the Bengals? You both are going for the Bengals?
Yeah.
No, I think I've got to stick with Cincinnati. If they were up against anybody that was slightly better than Tennessee, I'd be putting them down as a win. But Cincinnati, I think.
So next game's Patriots at Cardinals. Cardinals on a 4-game losing streak, and they play
3-game losing streak.
It's 3 at the moment, isn't it?
This would be 4.
Are you predicting the Patriots then, Daz? Because to make it 4.
No, absolutely not. I'm going to go for Cardinals. Will snap that when they see Draye come down to the Mercedes Ball
Who's at home
Arena.
for this one? Is it
Cards?
Anyway,
I haven't said Cardinals yet. Despite Draye showing signs, the Patriots haven't got enough, and they'll be knackered from travelling all the way from the tight right down to the bottom left.
I totally agree with that.
Again, this has got another potential to be close. Look,
Okay, then Patriots.
there's so many things for the Cardinals. Like you say, they won 4, now they've lost 3, and
yeah, I think it's definitely going to be 4 wins followed by 4 defeats.
New England have thrown in the odd upset when all the odds have been against them.
And you need points.
And they need points, but is this the game?
Draye coming out party?
I'm going to go with Arizona. Okay.
Okay, next one. Colts at the Broncos. So we've got the Colts. Richardson, I think he's starting. I don't think he's injured, is he?
No.
No, he's starting and he's played pretty well the last couple of games.
Yeah. I like the cut of Bo Nix's jib, so I'm going to stick with the Broncos here.
I've been impressed with the Broncos' defense all season, and I don't see much from the Colts. Amazingly, the Colts are a win away from a 500 record. Despite me thinking they're shit, and I thought they were shit all season. They beat the Steelers. They're still technically in playoff contention. Broncos will win this.
Edgy.
This was one where I was hoping you boys would go for Indianapolis, because you always go against my Broncos.
Next one, quite easily, the game of the week. We've got the Bills at Lions.
Can't call this one.
It's me to go first.
It's a proper toughie, this is.
Can Bills afford to lose 2 in a row? But they've already sealed the division, so
Yeah, they can. But seeding, they'll want to be not the third or fourth seed.
Yeah.
No, that's right. I'm going to still go for Lions. The only reason I'm going to go for Lions in this one because it's NFC over AFC.
Bills at Lions. I think these are the two best teams in their conferences. And in an ideal world, this would be the Super Bowl in an ideal world. And assuming the Steelers don't make it, obviously.
Who have you gone for, Dad? Sorry.
Lions.
I went for the Lions. It's rare for the Bills to lose 2 in a row.
Very rare.
And it's rare for the Lions to lose at all these days. Lions have had a few extra days to recover, get a few of their players back. I will go for the Lions. But this could be one of the games of the season.
You're going for Lions, G, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know what the state of play is with those defensive injuries? Are they likely to get some back?
I don't think any of them were put on IR. Any of the new lot were put on an IR. So they were hopefully just short term.
I
don't think there's a loser here.
Well,
there is, but you can see the team winning this one.
Yeah. I think based off that, I think if I was picking first, I'd have gone with Detroit, but I'm going to have to go with Buffalo to try and make a point back.
I don't think it's a bad pick.
Yeah. Like you said, it's probably a Toin toss over wins this one.
A Toin toss indeed.
Toin toss indeed.
Toin Coss, Draye make, fucking hell.
Exactly.
Next one, tonight's
episode was written by Ronnie Barker.
the next game is
Handle the fault.
There's another one of our topical references.
The 7-6 Bucks at the 8-5 Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers because I do like the Chargers. Not that I don't like the Bucks, but I think the Chargers will stop the Bucks doing anything.
He hates the Bucks, apparently.
What have they ever done to you, eh?
I can't believe he hates the Bucks. I'm
not a fan of that division, to be fair.
Chargers, I think Baker's not playing great at the moment, and if you're not playing great, you don't want to be playing the Chargers defense. I think the Chargers will win this.
Agreed. Pretty much everything you've said there.
Next one, another good game of the week. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Philadelphia Eagles at the Eagles. 10-3 Steelers, 11-2 Eagles. The Eagles had a shock against the Panthers. Jay said Eagles would be shitting themselves, but I'm going to go Eagles here. And I think they've had a kick up their arse, and I think they'll come out against Steelers. Steelers to score under 22 points. Eagles scoring about 28.
You lose a point, by the way, if those scores aren't right, by the way.
Recently, the Steelers, start of the season, putting up under 20 points a game. The last few weeks, that's been considerably more. As in, I think we're averaging like over 30 in the last 4 or 5 games.
Wilson playing well.
Eagles didn't look impressive last week. They do have quite a good running game, but the last time we faced a team with a decent running game, we shut that running game down. I'm going for the Steelers to beat the Eagles.
Excellent. We'll go over to...
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll go over to Fed Joe.
I am going to go for Saquon Barkley, please.
Just win on his own.
Yeah.
Right, next one is the 9-4 Packers at the 8-5 Seahawks. For me, Packers, because...
Good game, this.
Yeah, it's a good game. A good game.
It's divisional, isn't it?
No.
No. The next one is, but this isn't. Packers and Seahawks. Seahawks, I think they're the ones who are 4 in a row now, aren't they?
Yeah. And they're in control of their division.
I think it ends here, and I think Packers win this by 3 or 4.
Looking at what the Seahawks.
What say you, Greggles?
8-5. The Cardinals should win this week, and they'll go within a game if Seahawks lose. Rams and 49ers, someone's going to win in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Seahawks to win it. I think maybe the Packers just have a little bit too much for them. So I'll go for the Packers to edge it. But I can see it's being tight.
I'm talking about edging it, Edgy. What are you going for?
I'm going to go with Seattle. Again, I need the points back. Seattle have just got that feel about them. Whenever you don't expect them to win, they win. And with JSSSSSSSSSN playing on top form, I think they could sneak it. But it's going to be a good game. But again, like the Buffalo-Detroit game, Seattle are capable of winning this.
Yeah, so you think it's going to be a good game?
I think it's going to be a Toin Coss.
Yeah, it's a good game. Anyway, next one is the 4-9 Bears against 11-2 Vikings. I can actually see the Bears going and beating Vikings on this, so I'm going to go for the Vikings to win. The Bears. Gee.
Bears were fucking awful last week.
Yeah. They've done for the season for me, Bears.
Yeah, the Bears have got fuck all going on. There's every chance they can get a good draft pick just by continuing to play as they are. The Vikings will still be trying to win the division. And they're only a game behind, so the Vikings will win this.
Vikings.
The last game of the week sees the Atlanta Falcons, 6-7, visit the much touted Las Vegas Raiders. Falcons, but this will be a horrible match.
Weirdly, I've gone for the Cardinals to win. Sorry, not Cardinals. As I've gone for the Chargers to beat the Bucks. A win for the Falcons here puts them top of their division, which feels like it's wrong this late in the season, but I can't see any way the Raiders win this game.
I wanted to go against the Falcons, but it's just they're a really, really, really bad team, aren't they?
Do the Raiders even want to win?
Well, this is the other thing. No, probably not. I'm going to have to go for the Falcons.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Tommy DeVito's agent?
Yeah, so last year.
He's brilliant.
The Mafia guy.
Yeah. Have you seen that he's trying to sell his signature hat?
Really? That desperate?
Yeah, you can now buy. Well, I'm guessing that he's concerned that Tommy D won't get another big contract for him to get his cut off. So you can now go to his official website and buy his signature fedora.
God. Wow.
If that comes in the mystery box.
With you being a Giants fan, have you thought about possibly getting a fedora?
Well,
I think that was...
if they get a Giants jersey in this mystery box, then yeah, I'll do it.
You're going to buy a fedora as well?
I think it should do. Like old Tom Landry as well.
I kind of hope you get a Giants shirt now.
Just for that.
Just for the hat more than anything.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
And also, there's very few teams where you could take a downward step from being a Jets fan.
QBSCpod@gmail.com.
I once got told, keep clear of Kia. That's what I got told. So I never really bought a car, really. I went for Proton.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Went for the...
You did.
Rules is rules, come on.
Down by the freezer where memories cling, I found a treasure, an old prawn ring, wrapped in frost. It took me back the dinners we shared and the freezer we packed. Thin dust crispy pancakes on a plate, golden dreams we couldn't replicate. With angel delight for dessert so sweet, the old prawn ring made the meal complete. Oh, the old prawn ring from days of yore, a taste of the past we can't ignore. The potato waffles and spaghetti hoops sing. Here's to the days of the old prawn ring. Alphabeti spaghetti spelled out our names in tomato sauce. We played our games. Potato waffles crisped up just right, an angel delight for dessert each night. In the hum of the oven and the microwave's tune, the kitchen was magic, our little saloon. That old prawn ring brought us together, a frozen feast we'd savor forever. Oh, the old prawn ring from days of yore, a taste of the past we can't ignore. The potato waffles and spaghetti hoops sing. Here's to the days of the old prawn ring. Now the times have changed, the freezers glow with fancy foods and a modern show. But give me a waffle, a prawn, and a pie. Those frozen delights make my heart fly. Oh, the old prawn ring from days of yore, a taste of the past we can't ignore. The potato waffles and spaghetti hoops sing. Here's to the days of the old prawn ring. So here's to the old days and joy it would bring, and a simpler time with the old prawn ring.